Welcome to Tales of the Night Sky. In these podcasts, I'll be telling you ancient stories and astral myths about the stars and constellations. The dark night stretches boundless above you. Planets wheel and spin. Comets scatter ice and dust. A million stars are born and die. But you live your life oblivious to the weaved structure of the cosmos. You scurry about the earth, staring downwards or forwards, seeking only your own image. You spent your life frantically tunneling towards something unreachable. And all too soon you die. Immortality far beyond your grasping hands. But if you were to just look up, you might understand how to survive death. You might notice the patterns of immortality flecked across the night sky. The constellations. One of those is more precious to me than any other. It is the constellation of my son, Erichthonius. Let me tell you his story, and how he finally came to be the constellation of Morag. And who am I? I am the goddess Athena.
Mother.
Child.
Mother.
Hush. Be still now.
I'm frightened, Mother.
I know, child. That's why I'm placing you here for safety.
I like it here amongst your snakes. Close to your skin.
Close to my power.
I feel safe here.
You are safe.
Mother, I still don't understand what is happening.
Listen then, child. I will tell you the story of your birth. It begins with a gold-tipped arrow, taking flight from a god's silver bow, slicing invisibly through the air. At the very instant that arrow took flight, I was stepping into the forge underneath a great volcano. I hailed the god of that forge, sooty Hephaestus, master of metal, and as he left the fires and turned to salute me, the arrow sliced through his grimy leather apron. It pierced skin and muscles and finally reached the vital red of the god's heart. The arrow struck Hephaestus hard, and unknown to me, he was smitten deep in love. Will you help me, Hephaestus?
Always, goddess.
The war at Troy rages on.
Ah, yes, Troy. I hear you and the other Olympians take pleasure in this never-ending war.
My men need help. I would fight beside them. Will you arm me?
Must you always seek to help men?
These are heroes, not men.
Mortals and demigods, and few of them will survive this war, whoever the victor. You should seek the devotion of fellow gods instead.
I am patron to these men, and I will help them. Will you help me?
Not for love of war, but for love of you. Yes, I will help.
And how may I repay you?
I will forge you these weapons for love, not payment.
I took Hephaestus' words as simple courtesy, told him which weapons I required, and thanked him. I flew out of the forge, still unaware of Eros's deed. Beware of Eros. Beware, child. Love takes many forms, and some are dangerous. There was a time before order, before the Titans and we Olympians, a time when chaos ruled. All was confusion, a whirlpool of things unborn. From this primeval chaos, 3 gods emerged. Gaia, who is the earth and mother of all life. Tartarus, the pit and depths below. And Eros, god of love and desire. Eros, the life-giver, the most beautiful of the immortal gods. It was because of Eros that life and reproduction truly began. Though other gods may beg his favor, no one can control his arrows' flight. And when those arrows fly, all are powerless. Their sting loosens the limbs and weakens the minds.
Have you ever been pierced by his arrows?
No. I am armored, body and mind protected from arrows. I have never felt love's sting.
But you have love for me.
Oh, yes, but that is storge. Love for a child or parent. Oh, there are many types of love, child. Mortals speak of agape being the greatest of all, compassionate love that asks for nothing in return. But few have the patience to cultivate it. Most fall prey to Eros, and irrationality follows, blindness in mortals and gods. But I remain a virgin goddess, and physical love will never claim me. Time passed, and I returned to Hephaestus's forge. I entered the darkness of the place, felt the heat, breathed deep the smell of ore heating in the furnaces, and heard the clang of metal on metal. Hephaestus saw me. He left his great anvil, dropped his hammer, limped towards me. Face wet with sweat, beard dark with soot, brows and nostrils quivering. No word of greeting for me. He approached heavy as an oxen. And then he seized me with both arms, pulled me close, breathing musky desire. I could have thrust my spear deep into his skull, but I would not wound him. I owe him too much. I pushed him away, and I saw that his seed had fallen onto my thigh. I seized a piece of wool from a work table nearby, wiped my skin clean, and threw the wool down onto the earth, thinking nothing more of it. But Gaia, primordial goddess of the earth, mother of all life, born out of chaos, took in that seed, and a child was conceived. 9 months later, Gaia summoned me and presented me with an infant. She said she could not care for it, and since I was in many ways the reason of its existence, I should protect it. She pulled the child, naked, out of the earth and placed him in my arms.
It was me.
It was you. It was you. Not once in all the centuries I have lived have maternal thoughts entered my mind. I observed you carefully. holding you at arm's length at first. You neither struggled nor cried as you dangled there. I perceived the light in your eyes, and how your curiosity was reined in by stillness. You were no ordinary babe. Your lower half glistened, your baby's body ending in its marvelous snake coil, patterned silver and gold. You gleamed of royalty. I brought you close to me, felt your warm breath on my cheek. Tenderness arose. Storge, this was an unknown feeling. I decided then that I would be your mother. I named you Erichthonius. Erichthonius. I would bring you up to be my next king of Athens. For the kings of Athens are all like you.
I do not know of them.
You shall. Athens is my proud city, greater than any other. The women of Athens wear golden cicadas in their hair, for they themselves are like those insects, autochthonous, sprung from the land itself. The kings of Athens are born out of the earth, like you, and like you they are half man, half serpent. Cecrops, the first snake-tail king, now sits on the throne of Athens and civilizes the people, teaching them reading and writing, institutionalizing marriage, and making laws. It was when I won the patronage of Athens in a contest against the god Poseidon that I won the love of the autochthonies. My olive tree flourishes here, but the Athenians stop short of true worship of me. Where is my temple in Athens? Where are my statues? All of this will change. You will change it. As soon as I held you, I knew your destiny was to become the Serpent King of Athens after Cecrops. But you were born from two gods and deserved greater glory. I conceived of a plan. It would take some time to realize it. In the meantime, you would need to be kept safe. The Olympians must not know of your existence. I placed you carefully inside a golden casket crafted by Hephaestus. I put 2 snakes alongside you to guard your life, and I hastened to the palace of the Athenian serpent king Cecrops. Who better than the Snake King's daughters to guard you? Princesses?
Goddess Athena, you honor us.
I come to entrust you with a great task. What lies in this casket is precious to me and must be protected. Can you swear with your very lives to guard it and never break the seal and look inside?
Yes. We swear to you, Goddess.
However great the temptation, do not look inside. Remember, we gods are unforgiving.
Goddess, we will do your bidding.
We swear.
Good. I shall return soon. Keep the casket hidden and safe. I had much to do, so I left you for a while, thinking that those girls would be careful, knowing your godhead and the guardian snakes protected you.
Sister, it's been days since the goddess left her treasure with us.
Not treasure. I can hear something breathing. Something's alive in there.
You're ridiculous. It's immortal treasure.
Immortal treasure? What does that even mean?
It means magical jewels or gold or a talisman to make you immortal.
Rubbish! Put your ear against the box and you'll hear something moving.
I can't hear anything.
There's only one way to prove that I'm right. Open it.
What?
I dare you. Open it.
But the goddess Athena, you heard what she said.
She loves our father. She'd never hurt us. Are you frightened?
We swore an oath.
You're frightened.
No. I'll do it if you do it.
I'll do it if you do it.
Okay then. On the count of 3.
1,
2, 3.
Open.
I was lifting a great rock to strengthen Athens' defenses when I heard the screams. I turned myself into a swallow and winged my way swiftly toward Cecrops' palace high on the Acropolis. In through the window I flew and followed the sounds of your crying till I found you. Erichthonius!
I was so frightened, Mother.
I was frightened too, child. I thought they had done something to you.
They opened the casket as if it were a game.
Stupid girls!
They saw the snakes, and they saw me. They screamed and they screamed. They were frightened of me.
No, Erichthonius, you misunderstand. They were not frightened of you.
Off my serpent's tail.
You are the image of their father. It was me they were fearful of. They had broken their vows to me. They knew my vengeance would be unspeakable.
So they fled, but where did they go? I just heard them screaming.
They threw themselves to their deaths from the Acropolis.
No.
They fell and died. Their limbs are broken. And so is your future child.
Oh, Mother.
They opened the casket and discovered you, my treasure, your own coils entwined with the golden snakes that guarded you. All the gods looked down and saw you then. I had intended so much for you, child. I wished to gift you with immortality and raise you to the heights of Olympus itself. I wished to challenge the dull order that reigns amongst the gods. Now it is impossible. The Olympians will allow for no newcomer in their ranks.
Immortality doesn't matter. I am happy here with you.
You are too young to understand, Erichthonius. A mortal life is so brief.
But we have storge, Mother. It is a great thing we share. And here with you I feel safe. Your snakes make me feel safe.
It is not just the snakes that keep you safe. You are enveloped here against my skin by the Aegis.
This is the Aegis.
Yes, this shield that protects us both.
It's more like a skin than a shield.
It is an object of great power. The poets speak of it.
It produced a sound as from a myriad roaring dragons, and was borne by Athena in battle. And among them went bright-eyed Athena, holding the precious Aegis, which is ageless and immortal. 100 tassels of pure gold hang fluttering from it, tight woven each of them, and each the worth of 100 oxen.
They aren't tassels on your Aegis, they're snakes.
For protection.
And the face on your Aegis is beautiful.
It's the Gorgon's head.
What's a Gorgon?
The Gorgon was an evil monster who lived on a faraway island, my son. Her evil was limitless. She turned good men into stone with one glance. Hundreds and hundreds of warriors died when they stared into her eyes.
Oh, Mother, how terrible.
Yes, son. I sought out the hero Perseus and helped him to defeat that monster. Now, her power works for us. What was evil now repels evil. All who see the Aegis tremble.
I don't tremble. I like it here. Can I stay here in your Aegis forever, Mother?
Forever? No. But for a while, my child. You will grow quickly, and once you are king, you will found a great temple for me in Athens. You will be a just ruler. And as a sign of your wisdom, I will give you something from the Gorgon.
Oh,
When the Gorgon was slain, I took some of her blood. Hold out your left arm. I have something for you. There.
oh, that's a charm.
It is a charm. A very great one. This glass trinket contains 1 drop of the Gorgon's blood from her left side. This has the power to cause instant death.
It is a great burden.
It is a gift to be used wisely. The greater gift is to come. Hold out your right arm. Here. This golden thread binds a second drop to you. In here, a drop of Gorgon's blood taken from her right side. It has the power to bring any mortal back to life.
Mother, you give me power with this.
Yes, but a fair dose of power. Just enough to rule my city when you come of age. Before you shall witness many things. War still rages in Troy. We must help my brave men and see them to the end of this age of heroes. And there are 2 vials of the Gorgon's blood we must deliver to someone.
2?
You shall see. A very wise man. I think you will like him, for he has a very great fondness for snakes. Time passed too quickly on the mortal plane. Erichthonius, my dear son, soon became king of Athens and founded a festival in my honor. He set my statue, the Palladian, high up on the Acropolis, and finally the Athenians came to worship me correctly. I taught Erichthonius how to tame horses, and he in turn taught the Athenians how to yoke their beasts, how to smelt silver, and how to plow the earth from which he came. But his greatest invention was the quadriga, a 4-horse chariot which he used to move around the great city of Athens. And when he competed in the city's chariot races, he awed my father, great Zeus himself. And when Erichthonius died, and my grief came unexpectedly, mighty Zeus catastrophized him high in the night sky as the constellation of Auriga, the charioteer. Step out on a winter's night, look up, and witness my sun shining in all his glory.